More than 100 media professionals attended the latest Newsrw conference, the Nouveau Niche, held at Microsoft's headquarters in London. Delegates attended talks on online communities, personal branding and interactive graphics, as well as discussing the future of paywalls, mobile journalism and user-generated content. Speakers ranged from national broadcasters such as the BBC and Reuters to online pioneers who offered inspiration for hyperlocal networks and user-driven projects. We caught up with some of the attendees at the end of the day.
I think the conference and the whole day was focused very well with regards to how social media is affecting and is changing not just journalism but the production and the promotion of news. So with regards to that, then there's a lot that's been debated not just in each session but really amongst everybody that attended here today.
The final session at the end of the day where Philip and Kevin in particular were talking about exactly what is journalism, I found particularly provocative and challenging, and encouraged me to think about what I did in different ways. So I think that was a particular highlight for me of a very interesting day.
Yeah, I thought it was a great day. I think the highlights for me were the infographic presentations. I was impressed, I guess pleasantly surprised to see so much innovation within some of these more established media companies, which I didn't realize was happening. Especially the FT really impressed me that they built some of those awesome products in 2 days, which I always feel like media companies should act like entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur in a startup, and from what he said, it sounded like there's a lot of innovation going on. So that was probably the highlight for me, that session.
Particularly interested to hear about how Mark Reeves had moved from very traditional mainstream media and was developing and evolving a kind of entrepreneurial journalism, breaking down old barriers and old ways of working to kind of push journalism forward. I think that kind of thinking and giving him an opportunity to articulate what he's trying to do was particularly valuable for someone like me who's coming from the BBC, who is in a very different and very fortunate, privileged position, to see how journalism is being encouraged and pushed forward was, I think, quite inspiring actually.
One of the final sessions that for me stood out was the big debate in fact where Kevin Anderson focused very much about how culture needs to change within the newsroom in order to create better content and in order to basically start for journalism to engage with the audiences that is trying to work with, and of course it's trying to give stories to.
The paid content panel was quite interesting. I asked a question that got a fairly defensive answer from a couple of the panelists, which means I probably asked a good question. So that was interesting to me because I have some pretty strong opinions, and I think it's good to see people experiment. I don't necessarily agree with all of the experiments, but I'd rather see experimentation than just nothing. So I thought that panel was actually very interesting as well.